I'm going to talk about the first black and white plaque that was erected in Cornwall and the process of how we got there. You don't want the short history of Liskeard again, that's for sure. Right, okay, the Pobel Gernow plaque scheme aims to recognise and celebrate the achievements of people who have made a significant contribution to Cornwall's history. And in Liskeard, we are delighted that the very first plaque in the scheme was unveiled at the former home of Alberto De Castro Glubb of Pendine House, only 100 yards from here, on May the 9th this year. Pobel Gernow, People of Cornwall, is a collaboration between the Federation of Old Cornwall Societies, Gernow, and Cornwall Heritage Trust. The process of selection starts with the submission of nominations, mainly from Old Cornwall societies. So firstly, the form asked, who is submitting the nomination? Well, that was me on behalf of the Liskeard Old Cornwall Society. Then, who are you nominating and why? In less than 300 words. For me, Alberto De Castro Glubb was the obvious choice, in view of the lack of recognition for his tireless work behind the scenes to bring an array of stone crosses, holy wells, Neolithic remains and a bridge out of private ownership and into the public domain. They include Trevethy Quoit, Kingdoniot Stone, Dewpath Well and the Hurlers, which are now in the safe hands of Cornwall Heritage Trust. One of the early questions in the nomination process was whether the person nominated is a fictional character or an animal. So the photo confirms that he was neither of those. The current owners were delighted at the prospect of having a plaque fixed to their garden wall to commemorate a previous owner of their home, Pendine. The house has been a Cornwall Council children's home for many years, and it needed an awful lot of money and time spent to restore it back to the Victorian family home that Glubb called his home for all his life. From the outset, Ian and Sue, the owners, had been keen to learn about the Glubb family and had previously opened the restored Pendine house for Heritage Open Days. The photo was taken in 2022 when Ian and Sue welcomed Glubb's granddaughter, Jennifer Roberts, and her husband into their home during a visit to Liskeard. Another question is whether the building is still recognisable today as it was when the nominee lived there. The two photos provided the evidence of this, despite several additions over the years. Also, will the plaque be easily visible from the highway? If you turn left when you leave Westbourne Car Park, you'll see Pendine and the plaque clearly about 75 yards along on the left. Another question, did the nominee reside in the building for more than 5 years? Glubb was listed in the 1871 census at Pendine as a 5-year-old scholar and was still listed by the time of the 1939 War Register. The photo shows Glubb and Una looking out of the window at Pendine shortly after their marriage in 1908. Una was a granddaughter of James Edward Fitzgerald, referred to by some historians, but not all, as the first Prime Minister of New Zealand. Has the person being nominated, has he been deceased for more than 5 years? Definitely. His full-page obituary in the 1947 Cornish Times was headlined, "Lost to Liskeard, Passing of Mr. A.D.C. Glubb and Long and Useful Service to the Community." The big day, May the 9th, 2025, started for me when I collected the guest of honour, Glubb's granddaughter, Jennifer Roberts, and her husband from the Premier Inn, where she was staying after travelling down from Wiltshire. Glubb's passion for history has passed down to Jennifer she's written several extremely interesting books, including a biography of her New Zealand ancestor titled Fitz. Here she is after saying a few words and unveiling the plaque. It was a special occasion and rather emotional for Jennifer. When I first asked her if she would like to unveil the plaque, she replied, "Gosh, what an honour. I'd be delighted and very proud to unveil the plaque to my grandfather. The date is in the diary and the dog is already booked into the kennels. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this. It means a lot and I'm looking forward to it." After the event, she wrote, "I'm just writing to thank you for asking me to unveil the plaque to my grandfather. It gave me great pleasure as I am very proud of him." Representing their respective organisations at the unveiling were Nev Meek, President of the Federation of Old Cornwall Societies, Claire Jacks, a Cornwall Heritage Trust trustee, who I believe sits on the judging panel for the plaque, and Paul Hodge, former Grand Bard of Gorses Gernow. Glubb himself was initiated as a bard in 1930 with the bardic name of Pendeen. After the unveiling, Ian and Sue opened the doors to Pendeen so that we could see evidence of Glubb's passion for wood carving, particularly on the staircase and half landing where the photo on the right was taken. Due to limited space at the unveiling site, additional invitations were sent out to see a video of the event here in the public rooms, while enjoying a pasty lunch supplied by the organisers. Then it was on to the main hall to view a display of the original conveyances of old photos connected in respect of the monuments saved by Glubb, courtesy of Liskeard Old Cornwall Society. Attracting the most attention and photo opportunities was the mayoral chair carved by Glubb and brought down from the council chambers for the occasion. Two talks were given in the main hall in the afternoon, firstly by me on Glubb's life and the reasons why he fully deserved to have a plaque in his memory. I knew the talk went well, as when I returned to my seat next to his granddaughter Jennifer, she gave me a double thumbs up. In this 1936 photo of local Cornish bards, Bertie, as he was known to his family, is sitting in the centre. Pete's talk followed and concerned the four monuments in the custody of Cornwall Heritage Trust. They were originally brought out of private ownership by Glubb and gifted to the commissioners of the Ministry of Public Works and Buildings. And they were Dewpath Well, Trevithy Coit, Kingdoniot Stone, and the Hurlers. So you can actually see a video of the unveiling and the talks, and they can be found on the Old Cornwall Society Federation's YouTube page. And the documents concerned are on display today, so you can actually open them up and read through the specific wording, but they're all prepared by Bertie. So that's just a very short introduction, and once again a reminder of raffle tickets and refreshments, and we're now going to have a short break. We're almost on time, but Ian's going to be joining us, Ian Rowe, for the next talk. He's from the Cornwall National Landscapes, and he's going to be talking about the latest project, the Natural Beauty and the Beast. So carry on having a wander round.